Greetings, everyone. I want to welcome you to this health tips, health nuggets moment. I want to thank you for commenting and liking our page, and I want to promise you that you will always get very quality content from following this page. So today we're going to be looking at yeast infection. You know, when we talk about yeast infection, your mind will go to it's a women thing, it's a female problem. But suffice it to say that yeast problem is beyond just women having it, even though women have been dealing with it for ages. So, but yeast infection is a bigger culprit for both men and women, you know, that have been previously taught. So, the question now is, do you have a lot of skin rashes? Do you check yourself whether you're male or a female? Are you bothered frequently by constipation, bloating, asthma, and headache, unexplained headache? Because a lot of us, especially in Nigeria, when there's headache, our mind goes to malaria. Are you more fatigued, like you get tired than you should be? These are questions you need to ask. Are you depressed and nervous for no good reason? Now, there's a good probability that it may be due to yeast, not vaginal yeast, remember, but intestinal yeast. Now the questions to ask: do you have a lot of skin rashes? Are you bothered frequently by constipation? Do you have bloating? You just have air in your tummy? Do you have unexplained asthma and headaches? So are you tired, fatigued more than you should be? So this could be as a result of intestinal yeast, not vaginal yeast. So a particular yeast known as Candida exists naturally in human intestine along with dozens of other bacteria. We call them normal flora, commensals. So some of them are, or majority of them are beneficial. So in fact, the microscopic, denizens of your intestine comprises a delicate balance. What I mean balance? So because they are commensals, none is oppressing the other. They are beneficial to the humans and to themselves. So, but this thing is this: when the balance between the bacteria commensals and these yeasts are distorted, when the equilibrium is lost, it can now result to a problem of the intestinal yeast. So now the yeast can now grow out of proportion in the intestine. Another thing that can also distort the equilibrium is the way we consume antibiotics. So you now take an antibiotics even when you don't necessarily need it, only for the antibiotics to kill the bacteria and leave the yeast. The yeast in your stomach or in your intestine will now multiply and take over everything. Again, to an improper diet, and other medications could cause this distortion. So when this distortion is caused, so the yeast multiply out of control. They begin to secrete large amount of harmful toxins throughout your body. By the thing start seeping into your bloodstream and wreaking havoc everywhere. So this is what intestinal yeast infection cause. Now the question is, how do you get rid of this intestinal yeast? Two things you can do right away, as we are talking even now, to reduce Candida population in your intestinal tract is to take daily dose of garlic and to stop eating sweet. A lot of us eat sweet things, sugar. So when you eat sugar every day, you're encouraging the yeast. So when you take garlic, it will help you, speedily take care of your intestinal yeast. So let me tell you a little about garlic. So garlic has long, been known for its beneficial and medicinal properties. And it is especially good cleanser of the stomach. You want to cleanse your stomach and intestine. So experienced travelers, for example, have long known the negative effect of local water supplies, including diarrhea and dysentery, can be prevented, with frequent large dose of garlic. So garlic, you must have heard it, or maybe because of the way garlic smells, you don't like it. So garlic, as it turns out, is an excellent antifungal agent. So you don't need to take, your known drugs. So just by taking garlic, so especially garlic cloves, garlic powders if you want it. So you mix this in with your food, and there's one of our write-ups, if you've been following this page, that you will see where we spoke about garlic and how to use it without it's something taking care of the smell of it. So yes, back to the yeast. Yeast cells love sugar, so the more you eat sugar, the more yeast that is inside of your stomach will begin to grow, the more it will thrive. So this includes not only candy, but many things that has sugar in them, both bread, both salad dressing. In addition to sweets, you should also avoid moldy fruits. There are some things we eat that we don't know that there are molds around. So fungal products, mushroom, cheese, fermented food, even alcohol, vinegar, soy sauce. So then, on the other hand, these are things we need to do. We should eat plenty of freshly prepared, well-cooked food with an emphasis on fruits, vegetables, and rice. Avoid raw food that are hard to digest. Don't eat anything, if possible, after 7 p.m. Now, this one will sound funny. Why is massage important to treat yeast infection? So when you massage your body with certain oil, especially linseed oil, it will stimulate and open the pores in your skin and improve their ability, to pass the toxins out of the body. So once you start garlic and reduce your sugar intake, yeast cells will begin dying off rapidly. So, and there will be need to be excreted from your body. So a good regular massage will help that process. Okay, you don't want to massage or you cannot afford it, you go and sweat, go and do aerobics, go and exercise. You can also use mental exercise or battles to remove yeast. So you can reprogram your mind and your subconscious mind to be more resistant to yeast infection in your body. Somebody will say, how? So once a day, look at yourself in the mirror and come up with something positive, a positive statement. I'm not saying what I'm saying for you to believe me. You can research it. So when you think about yourself renewing, your body renewing itself, when you look at your body, say, I love my body and I deserve to be happy and a healthy life. So positive confession, there's a lot of articles on positive confession. So you can fight yeast infection on 3 fronts. 1, blast yeast cells with a large daily intake of garlic. This is a summary. It will kill yeast cells by the millions. Eat foods that absorb moisture and increase immunity. Avoid the food that helps yeast cells along: sweets, mold food, and raw and uncooked food. Then number 3, strengthen your mental and emotional resolve to fight of internal toxins and diseases. Give yourself positive affirmation in the mirror every day. So you've heard it. When we mention yeast infection, we're not just talking about to women, we're talking to both men and women. Therefore, that fatigue that you're feeling may not be as a result of malaria. That headache may not be as a result of malaria or typhoid. It could be intestinal yeast infection. Stop swallowing antibiotics anyhow. It must be by doctor's prescription, so that you don't distort the equilibrium of the commensals in the intestine. Because when you take antibiotics, it will kill off the good bacteria that are in your intestine, making the yeast to overgrow. So believe that with this video, you will get stronger. Thank you.